going on, everyone? Welcome to the Saturday Props edition of Forward Progress here on the Forward Progress YouTube channel, part of the Hammer Betting Network and presented by FanDuel. I'm your host, Jason Cooper, alongside the man, the myth, the legend, Hitman, who we've done a lot of stuff with recently, but I just found this out. His wife is apparently a huge GRP fan, and GRP just retired. So, Hitman, off the top, you got to tell me your opinion on GRP. Is your wife slightly devastated that he's retired now? What's the deal here?
Nah, I mean, I think GRP is a lot like he's a modern day Brett Favre, where he's going to retire probably 8 times and return 7 times and everything. So I'm a big, I love GRP. My wife is very intrigued by him, says he's very entertaining, and I agree. And you know what? I got a lot of friends that they've messaged me and they've said, I can't even believe that I know who these people are because I know you. Like, they're just like, how do I even know this guy exists?
Yeah. All right, that's fair. Are these these are like friends that you don't even gamble.
Yep.
They're not in the gambling sphere. That's hilarious.
Nope.
All right.
Nope.
Well, a lot of friends here do gamble on this show, and they're looking for your picks here today. Just want to quickly remind everyone, if you're over on Twitter, come hop over on YouTube because we're gonna go through 3 picks. Then we're gonna do a little Q&A session. So if you have questions, drop them in the YouTube chat. We're gonna get around to them in just a second. But yeah, if we're ready to go, if you're ready to go, I'm ready to go. Before we get into things, just do us a favor, smash that like button. Goes a long way in the algorithm. Hitman, let's start with the Vikings game. We're gonna head over to the receiving yards category because you have a play there. How are you feeling about that? Tell us about it.
All right. So as we've mentioned previously on the show, these lines move very quick. So you want to have your app open and go along with me. Go to receiving yards. TJ Hawkinson and Steven Robinson said thoughts on Hawkinson over 38.5 receiving yards. I believe we have a better number, right, Jason?
Yeah, 36.5.
Yeah, we're going over. We're going over on TJ Hawkinson receiving yards. So I mentioned this was a play last week on the show, and I mentioned how Carson Wentz was targets as tight ends at a very high rate. He was third of all active quarterbacks in targeting the tight end. And I mentioned that Hawkinson's been playing a lot of snaps and running like the most routes that he's ran as a Viking. And it came to fruition last week in a game where not many Vikings went over their receiving because of the blowout. Hawkinson did go over. Even Josh Oliver got involved and caught a touchdown. And we've seen that Hawkinson had a season-high target on 30% of his routes. He accounted for 25% of the team targets. The Steelers have been really bad against tight ends. Just last week, they allowed 10 catches for 118 yards against Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper. And it's a game where, theoretically 2.5-point spread. We're not going to get another game script like we did against the Bengals, although that was Vikings as a 3-point favorite in that one. But I think Hawkinson's just a little bit undervalued for the second week in a row.
All right, a little bit undervalued there. Number is at 36.5 over at FanDuel, -114. Best price in market over at FanDuel. So if you're not betting on FanDuel, the heck are you doing? Figure it out. Always good to have multiple sports books. Always good when one of those books is FanDuel because it often is the best price in market. Let's stick with the Vikings here, Hitman. You're not looking at the game though. You want to do something a little bit different here. So walk us through.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to give out a season win each week. I mentioned this a few weeks ago. I've done well with these personally over the last few years. The adjusted season win market. I especially like it late in the year when there's only 4 or 5 games left or something. But one that I like is the Vikings over 8.5, -120. And this is a position that I bet really big on before the season. They're 2-1 right now, and the line is still the same as what I bet pre-flop. The line has actually went down from what it closed at. I believe it closed at 9 -120 before the season. And I'm just not buying this downgrade that the Vikings have taken in the market. The quarterback thing, listen, I mean, Kevin O'Connell is a quarterback whisperer, and Carson Wentz for the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, whatever it ends up being, I think that he could like, this is the system to be successful. And Nick Mullins was successful in it. Josh Dobbs was successful in it. Sam Darnold was. Kirk Cousins had career years in this system. Like, I think that they're going to be fine with Carson Wentz, and I'm not ready to give up on McCarthy yet. A lot of the fade that the Vikings had early in the year, like I bet against them in week 2. A lot of that was just injury driven, that like their entire offensive line was hurt. The defense was hurt. Right now, they're very relatively healthy. It's really just Andrew Van Ginkel right now. That's like a major injury for them on defense. And they're getting Jordan Addison back from suspension also. I believe that this is a Vikings team that they're top 8 in the offensive line, potentially. That's based off Brandon Thorne's offensive line rankings. They're top 8 defensive line. Like, they have great skill position players. They have the best combo of offensive and defensive play caller potentially in the league. It's just a team that I'm higher on than the market. So we're going to go with Vikings over 8.5, and I'm going to add to that pre-flop position that I had.
All right, 8.5 minus 120 available over at FanDuel. And also, like you mentioned, Jordan Addison, USC's coming back. Great boost to the lineup there. Solid receiver, like not even joking. I think he's one of the more underrated receivers in the NFL. Reminder, keep these questions coming in the chat. We have one more bet for you guys. Before we do, just want to give you a quick shout out to our sponsors over at FanDuel. It's one of the biggest weeks in sports, and FanDuel is turning it into a full-on celebration. Introducing FanDuel's Boost Fest, where every day from September 25th to 28th, brings you a 50% profit boost on the biggest matchups in football, baseball, golf, and so much more. That's right. No matter what you're watching, there's a new reason to open the FanDuel app, and a fresh boost will be waiting for you when you do. Build a bet, stack your legs, or go bold on a single pick. However you play, that profit boost is ready to go every single day during Boost Fest. Today, Saturday, there's a 50% profit boost token for any of you Ryder Cup fans. There's also a 50% profit boost token on the Bama Georgia game, which we talked about over on the Hammer Daily. And Austin Mock likes the over of 53.5 in that game. So if that's still available, you might want to use the profit boost token on that and cheer for some scoring. It's FanDuel's way of saying enjoy the chaos, embrace the slate, and let's make this week even more fun to follow. So download the FanDuel app or head over to FanDuel.com/forward progress to jump into Boost Fest, where the games are big and the boosts are even bigger. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC, 19 plus and physically located in Ontario, or 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost token. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amounts. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rghelp.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/China, Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelpline.maine.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Call Connex Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 or visit connexontario.ca. All right. Last bet to get in here. And a reminder, I see a couple questions in the chat, not as many as we're used to. Please, guys, feel free to ask questions, because I know Hitman's got to golf soon, but I want to keep him for a little bit longer here, because he's not allowed to leave until we answer every single one of your questions. So make sure you drop those questions in the chat. Let's go to our last game here. Heading over to the Cleveland Browns and Detroit Lions game. Hitman, I'll let you set it up. Who you got and why?
All right. Go to quarterback passing props. And we are going to go with Joe Flacco over 219.5 passing yards. Shout out to Kirk Evans. He was asking me about this at the start of the week, and I was kind of like, the benching risk and everything. But also another Hammer creator. I talked to TA, who's really plugged in with Brown stuff. He doesn't think that the benching risk is huge this week. Kind of thinks that they want to play Flacco next week against Flores, and then maybe the week after that is when we see Dylan Gabriel. This is just low if Flacco's not going to get benched. It just is, and that's the reason that the number is what it is. But I think Flacco alternates are maybe a way to look at it too, because then you get a bigger plus money payout on a guy that it's just as low. It's just as low in this game script that they're going to get, and the amount of pass attempts that he's going to be projected to have in this game. So that's really the handicap, is just me not believing that he gets benched this week. Can it happen? Yes. But I think the market is accounting for it to potentially happen. I just think there's less of a chance of it happening than the market thinks.
All right. Couple people are asking 223.5. Is if that's okay. Listen, if that's what you can get, there's tons of books.
I'd rather at that point. At that point, I'd rather just play an alternate at like plus money odds. If you can shop around for like a 230, 240 at plus money odds.
I'm looking around. I'm seeing a ton of 220s, 219s. Like,
that's the worst number, Mark. Yeah, that's the worst number.
Not trying to be mean.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. That wraps it up. Someone also asked. Actually, no. We can get to this one later. Yep. I see all these questions in the chat. Let's work through them. So just quick recap for those who didn't see. We took the Vikings win total over 8.5 wins, minus 120. Joe Flacco over 219.5 passing yards, minus 114. 220.5s are out there. If it's gone by the time you're listening to this on Sunday morning, alts are still viable. And then TJ Hawkinson over 36.5 receiving yards at minus 114. All right. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Listen, I know some people don't want to stay for the Q&A. If you're going to drop out, do us a favor. Just please smash the like button before you go. It goes for like a really long way in the algorithm. And if you're leaving, just tell us in the chat. That also boosts us in the algorithm. So if you appreciate Hitman's plays, let us know in the chat. Let us know by clicking that like button. It goes a long way. And it's just one click away. All right. First question coming in from, I think, a Joey Knishburn, a recreational player. Hitman, do you ever middle these props?
The only time I've said this on a few shows, the only time I ever recommend middling is one, if you're just uncomfortable with your amount of risk that you have on a bet, or number two is when you think that the other side has value. So like say I make the number theoretically on Joe Flacco 230 and I bet over 219.5. Let's say it steams up to 240. And obviously I said I made the true number 230. So both bets have value. That's the only time that I really will do that, unless I just bet so much money on Flacco over that we get to before the game and I just say I'm not comfortable with this amount. Let me get off some. But that's the only two times I ever recommend middling.
All right. Great answer there. We're bettors, not gardeners. If you want to hedge, go be a gardener. All right. Another question coming in from recreational player. Hitman, how do you feel about McCaffrey rushing this week? Pulling it up on FanDuel, 73.5 minus 115 is available right now on his rushing yards total against a Jacksonville defense that looks a little bit better this year, but I still am not a believer.
Yeah, I mean, Jacksonville's been more of a pass funnel. Their run defense has actually been pretty decent this year. So, I mean, not against the best competition, but yeah, McCaffrey's been a little inefficient too so far. Yeah, I really don't have much of an opinion on it.
No opinion there. Let me just quickly scan the market here. Rush yards, 73.5 minus 105 is best in market. So that minus 114 on FanDuel. If you like it, it's pretty good. And if you like it, you can take it. You don't always have to listen to Hitman, but I recommend you do. I noticed the Ryder Cup shirt. Is that Ryder Cup merch?
For this year? I played the Ryder Cup Italy course.
Oh, okay.
The one that they had it at 2 years ago. So I played that. I played that when I was like a 13 handicap or something. And I took a 12-hour flight to Italy. Didn't sleep because I can't sleep on planes. I was drinking on the plane to help with. I don't like long flights, so I'm drinking, like just take the take the edge off a little bit. I get there, it's like 100 degrees, it's humid as all hell. I take a taxi straight to the golf course after not sleeping and drinking. I play in that 100-degree crazy humidity. I have rental clubs that are terrible. I'm a 13 handicap at this point. It's the worst round I've shot in probably the last 3 years. I shot 114 at the course, and then I almost died of exhaustion. I almost died of freaking, I don't know what it was, dehydration, lack of sleep. It was a rough day. But yes, this is the Marco Simone Ryder Cup.
All right. Only you can complain about playing at such a great golf course. But it's all right. You're bougie. Hey man, we get it. You've changed. All right. Let's get into the next question here. This one's coming from NCI95 Gambler asking about New England defense versus Bryce Young. Obviously, Christian Gonzalez is probably going to be back this game. Then there was another question here. Let me try and pull it up. It was just about What about Tet unders? Gonzo is back for New England. Tet is not 100%. It's kind of two questions here in this game. What are your thoughts on Bryce Young, his number 205.5 minus 114, and then Tet McMillan, who is at 64.5 minus 114?
Directionally, I lean under on McMillan because I get the matchup concerns. I get that he's banged up, but another service sent out McMillan and moved it like 7 yards the other day. So I don't know. So I don't know about 65.5 or current market right now. The other question was Bryce Young.
Bryce Young, yeah.
Yeah, I'd lean under. I mean, I don't know if he's going to have any receivers this week. I mean, I would definitely monitor the McMillan stuff. If McMillan's out, probably Bryce Young under steams.
All right. Great answer there. Bryce Young under steams if McMillan's out. So you get kind of how to react to the news when you get it. What side or total do you think still has value? And then we'll lump this in as well with anything you like in the Green Bay Dallas game in terms of alts. I'm going to guess. Do you still play sides and totals this late?
No. I mean, occasionally, like something will come up that I'll. But no, I mean, I tend to try to respect the market once we get to the weekend. But if I had to pick one, I'd say I still like the Vikings. I just thought that line should have been 3. I know that I'm higher on them than a lot of people. Maybe I'm on an island with that, but I'll say Vikings minus 2.5.
All right, sounds good. Let's got a couple more questions in here. Reminder: if you have asked the question, you haven't liked smash the like button. You're doing us a disservice here. Like, we're answering your questions. At least you can do is give us a like. Daniel Jones' success continues this week from John Smith.
I don't know. I mean, I think he is what he is. I think he's this year's Sam Darnold.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean,
well, Sam Darnold still looks good this year.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I mean, he's got some really good weapons around him too in Indianapolis. Yeah, I'll say plays fine. I don't know if that correlates to any props, but yeah.
Yeah, because it's also like his yardage total is like a little bit low for a quarterback you consider to be, let's quote air quote, good. They run the ball so much, and he runs the ball as well, so it's a little tough there. This one's an interesting one with no Terry and no Noah Brown. Is there anyone valuable for the Commanders this week? I'll pull up the odds right now. Only Debo and Ertz are listed, but maybe you can take a look at TD scorer props. Let's see if both those guys are for sure out. Anyone you'd want to take a dart on? Jalen Lane, Luke McCaffrey, Chris Moore, hey, even Ben Sinnott, like anyone you'd looking at here, you'd want to take a dart throw TD on?
I think out of that list, again, force play, but let me see it again.
The list, Jalen.
No, that's good. I'd say maybe McNichols 5-1. Would be the guy, but again, that's forced. That's just if you want to play.
Force play, yeah, fair enough. I'm just going to quickly scan the market, see if there's anything else. 5-1's best price, very by far best price in market. So if you do like McNichols, obviously that was a force play. If you like him, best price in market available on FanDuel, and best price for 2+ touchdowns also available on FanDuel. Thoughts on the Philly run game against a good Tampa Bay rush?
I tend to think that Philly's going to open it up a little more this week. They talked about last week about how, early on they were playing not to lose and everything. And Tampa has a really good run defense. I could see Philly opening it up early. So, yeah, I don't know. Tampa's run defense is obviously really good. They've had a lot of running backs to some bad games in the past calendar year. So, yeah, that's what I got on that.
All right. A couple more questions in the chat, and we'll have you out, Hitman. Andy V in the chat asking, Andy V always on our watch-alongs. If you're not on our watch-alongs, watch our watch-alongs. Lamar Jackson over rushing yards. I can pull up the number.
It's like 48.5. I don't know. Subjectively, I kind of think
46.5 right now, actually.
Yeah, subjectively, I kind of think he runs more in a big game this week, but I haven't played anything with it.
All right, let's keep chugging along here. Joe D, thoughts on Houston's running backs? Do you like Chubb's?
I think Marks is going to keep getting closer to Chubb as the year goes on.
No, are you a USC fan? Closet USC fan?
No.
You're bringing up Jordan Addison. You're bringing up Woody Marks. You're saying that Michael Pittman's a good receiver for the Colts. Like I see the closeted USC. Are you gonna smash that -6.5 right now? Right before kickoff on USC Illinois?
No, I will not be.
Okay. All right. Well, I will be. A couple more questions in the chat. I see you guys. I appreciate it. I'm gonna cut the questions off in.
We'll just go rapid fire. Let's go rapid fire. Yep.
Okay. G&T breakout this week finally over Rush.
I think this
versus week 2.
I think this would be if you're looking, this would be the week. I'd say if it doesn't happen this week, it's not good.
Okay. Any long shot bets you like? Actually, how about this? Hey man, I'll answer this one for you. I know you talked about some Joe Flacco alts, but if you're looking for some long shot TD bets, you're gonna want to tune in 11 a.m. Eastern time here on the Forward Progress YouTube channel on tomorrow on Sunday, because Rob will be going through the entire board, pizza buffet, and at the end of the show, he usually gives out touchdown bets, 3 or 4 long shot touchdown bets that he really likes. They're dart throws. They're not gonna win. But they won the last 2 weeks. Are they going to win this week? Probably not. Hit Jeremy Ruckert, I think, at like a 15-1. Drew Sample, like 30-1 at some shops. So if you have bonus bets, you don't know what to play them on, and it's last minute, definitely tune in to the Pizza Buffet. Hey, man, if you have any other long shots that you want to talk about.
I bet Trevion Henderson plus 170 to score a touchdown. So we'll go with that.
We said long shots, not like.
That's a long shot for me, plus 170.
All right. Jackson Dart over 5.5 carries, -160. I thought the rushing number for Jackson Dart was a little high. I like the look on the carries, though. He's at like 39.5, 36.5, 38.5. It's kind of weird, no?
Yeah, I don't know. Not too much. I know another sharp that did play that carries play over, but I didn't have much of an opinion. But another sharp I know did play over.
Okay. Broncos to make the playoffs only at -120. Is that a click?
I got to look at my number. I don't have my numbers in front of me on it.
Autopal asking Jalen Hurts passing alts. Eagles kind of found their passing groove last week.
It kind of goes to what I said earlier. Yeah.
All right. We're going to have you out here in a couple minutes. Herbert passing unders. Line seems high given how much the Giants might run.
No, I'm not interested in playing a Herbert under right now, especially in a good matchup.
MVP Herbert doing it for Jeff. Mahomes over rushing yards.
I would honestly, I don't know. I was going to say I would lean under, but it's such a big game against Baltimore. I'm neutral on it.
All right, last question here from the chat. KP asking thoughts on the impacts of players returning from injury, likely and.
Worthy got in 2 full practices. I think he'll be close to. Won't be full go, but he'll be close to full go. Likely. I mean, I don't think it happens this week, but I think he overtakes Mark Andrews this year. But again, I don't think it happens this week. But it would make me hesitant about Andrew's stuff.
All right. That's it, chat. Appreciate you guys tuning in here. Reminder, before you head out, and if you haven't already, smash that like button. Goes a long way for us in the algorithm. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching this after the fact, hopefully we've earned your subscription here. And maybe next week you can come in and watch us live. Reminder, tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time, Pizza Buffet. Rob will be live breaking down the entire board. If you have your bonus bets that you're sitting on, go use them on those anytime touchdowns that Rob gives out. It's a great show. It's the best way to start your Sunday. And you're gonna be able to do some dual screen action, having Rob on one screen, Vikings, Steelers on the other. Yeah, I recommend it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been the Saturday edition of Forward Progress here on the Forward Progress YouTube channel, part of the Hammer Betting Network, and presented by FanDuel. Good luck on your bets this week.